Hey, hey, hey! We are live. Game Toppers 3.5 Kickstarter question and answers. And today we're going to go through all of your questions that you have for us live in the chat. Today we have a very special guest, Sir. Well, we better not call him Sir because he's not really been knighted yet. But in my mind, he is Sir Dan King, the Gameboy geek himself. Welcome to the show.
Thanks, Berkey. You're the special guest. I'm just a guest.
No. Dan and I, for those of you that don't know, we've been good friends for many years, and we actually sponsor the Gameboy Geek channel with Dan's reviews. And Dan has been making content for well over 10 years. How long was it when you first started?
It's 9 now, but it will be 10 within this next season.
Okay, so I knew with your Kickstarter coming up, it was like 10 seasons worth of, and one of the things that Dan was initially one of the main Dice Tower contributors, and I think got really well noticed there because honestly, he had some of the best reviews on the Dice Tower. Yeah. I thought.
Well, awesome. Back then, Berkey, that was when you were doing board game theater, and I think I met you when you were. It was it was the show from Nottingham is when I think I first met you.
Good, yes, probably helping out Arcane Wonders at the booth in my costume.
Yep.
It's kind of funny. I had my wallet. I went to Fargo Costco yesterday, and I had my wallet, and I usually don't carry it with me. And I had an old business card that I had the Sheriff of Nottingham picture in there. I thought, I got to keep that. That's kind of vintage.
It is awesome. And I used to love the little skits that you would do on your board game theater too.
Yeah, those were fun times. We did quite a few of them, and Josiah helped a lot with that.
Yeah, it was fun for sure.
Took a lot of time and effort, and that's why, the people who are good at what they do, like yourself, I mean, it takes a lot of effort to make the reviews that you do and go through the games, and then likewise, you do rules schools, which are really great teach type videos.
Yeah, every once in a while I'll get a text from you, and it'll be a picture of like my face on your iPad as you're with a game on the table and stuff, and you'll be like, "Hey, you're teaching me the game."
Dan is one of my go-tos. If I need a quick rules teach, I will generally go pull up one of those rule schools. But you're doing full-blown reviews and 10 years worth of content, and I mean, I think a lot of folks in the hobby obviously know who you are. So,
well, and I'm your go-to baseball highlights opponent on the app.
That's for sure. I fondly remember our baseball tournaments at BGG Con that year when the Animator came out.
Animator.
He took care of you.
Yeah, and then I taught you football highlights at PAX the last, right before COVID hit.
Yeah, and I got that this winter from Eagle Griffin Kickstarter, and we actually got to play that when I was out in the ice house this winter, which was really super fun.
Oh yeah. You and I played. I think we played on like FaceTime or something. Just you and I playing the dice game, the baseball highlights dice game.
Yep, and we played football highlights the dice game. They were both really cool. I really like them.
Yeah, that's cool.
Well, we'll see. Do we have the live chat on or comments on?
Nothing yet.
Generally speaking, we'll get quite a few live question and answers here for our Game Toppers 3.5 Kickstarter. We're going to talk about some of the stretch goals that have become unlocked, and we're going to go through some of the new stretch goals that we've just put up on the site. But we have funded over 600%, and we have 15 stretch goals that have unlocked. So we want to thank everyone for all of that, and so glad that you're supporting us to get this Kickstarter out there and all these products to all of our backers. We also, if you have any questions or concerns, we'd love to answer any of those questions. So with that, Dan, tell us a little bit about what's going on in your life with your media. And I know right now you have a Kickstarter running.
Yeah, we both have one running at the same time. My season 10 is running right now. It's been running for, I think, a week. Actually, a week ago today it launched. Yep, it's going till June 1st. And again, we just talked recently about 10 years of videos and such. So it's mainly just to support the channel, but we have people like Game Toppers who helped out with getting us some awesome Gameboy Geek, awesome rubberized coasters that look.
Oh, yeah, I got them right here.
Look at that. See, I don't even have these. Berkey got some samples. Look at that. That's like the first time that people have seen like the real things, because you can see the pictures on the Kickstarter, but that's a cool way to look at them. So if you're familiar with the Game Toppers coasters, those nice rubberized ones, it's pretty much the same thing. Just there you go. It's just like those. So yeah, thanks to Berkey for that.
Yours actually, we made them the same size. So if someone wants that, the orientation is different, obviously, but because yours is a little more rectangle, but it fits inside of the cup holders. Yeah.
And so we've got coasters on there. We've got more than I think there's 32 different promo items that you can get, but there's a total of 100 total promo cards that make up all of those. And then there's a ton of game bundles from a bunch of people. Actually, Foundations of Rome was one bundle that sold out in the first 10 minutes. There was a copy of Foundations of Rome that we were just talking about that was in there. But yeah, so I'm running one as well just to help support my season 10. I do this annually once a year. And as you know, Berkey, how much work it is to not only just plan and get the graphics together, but once you hit go, all the comments and messages, and it's a full-time job just running the Kickstarter for sure, as you know.
Yeah, that first day I handled well over 300 personal interactions, and there was about 4 hours where you can't type fast enough, and and you should never give a monkey like me with sausage fingers a keyboard anyway.
That's funny.
If I have a lot of text to do on the computer, Josiah, he's much better at it than he didn't even have to look at his hands, and I gotta keep doing this.
Yeah. Josiah, do you hunt and peck or do you actually type?
I don't actually type. It's funny. So I went to school, got a bachelor's in computer science. So I've done a lot of typing, but I never learned to, properly fully type without looking. So I'm looking and I'm doing kind of the same thing, using more fingers maybe, but it's still the same type of deal. I just do it a little quicker.
He's very fast and accurate. Where I use because I handle so many interactions every day, whether it be sales calls or manufacturing, communications and correspondence, customer service, or now with the Kickstarter, I do a lot of voice texting. And man, you think this thing would get it correct sometimes, and it just. And I don't go back and proof it, and then you hit enter, and then you can't fix it like on Twitter or Kickstarter. It's just like,
Yep, yeah. I don't know why they call it autocorrect. All it does is make things wrong.
Oh, it's horrible, right?
It takes things that like are correct, and it changes them into non-correct. It's crazy.
Yeah, exactly. So how much longer do you have on your Kickstarter?
Mine goes, I think 3. Let's see. It's going to go 1, 2, 2.5 more weeks. June 1st it ends. How about you?
We are running a really short campaign, only till May 27th.
Okay.
And one of the things, the reason we ran a Kickstarter called 3.5 instead of going right up to 4.0 is because there's a couple new things that we're doing. We have the leg kits for our Mycroft Moriarty topper. Yeah, and they weren't available before. So I know you know these things, but those of you that are watching live, one of the benefits of running this campaign is we're able to offer these additional products to folks overseas without delaying their fulfillment of their Kickstarter, because they're waiting for the dining covers to arrive in July. So we thought, how do we make something beneficial to everybody that's waiting for their toppers? Because almost all of the backers in the United States and Canada, over 90% of our last Kickstarter is all fully fulfilled now, with the exception of dining covers. So people are super thrilled with all their Game Toppers. We thought, well, how do we get more people into Game Topper Nation, overseas and domestically? And we thought, well, what if we offer some extra specials on items that we have in stock, like like our game mats and these rubber coasters and different accessories, dice towers that people want to add to their system, because the Game Toppers, it's a full-blown system. It's not just a couple items, right?
For sure.
And so that was really the impetus for that. And we've blown through 15 stretch goals. We're at about $150,000 already. So that's super exciting. And we've got a bunch of other stretch goals open right now. I see we have already got a comment here.
Yeah, so Ryan says, so excited to see the Gameboy Geek on Game Toppers live. My wife recognized Dan at Gen Con a few years ago and told him how sad I was going to be when I saw their selfie. Dan is my favorite reviewer.
Oh, man, I'm glad. Thanks, Ryan. I'm glad you're your favorite reviewer. Thanks for watching my videos. And I actually do remember that. I remember that selfie, and I remember her telling me how mad you were going to be.
Oh, that's awesome. What conventions are you looking at going to this year?
You know, I'm still taking the wait and see approach. For me, it's a little different because I really mainly go to the conventions to get the new releases and you know, continue working with the relationships with the publishers and such. And so obviously in recent years, there's been a drop in the booths and who's attending, and it's still, some things are still up in the air. So I haven't booked any trips this year. I'm taking the wait and see approach and might at last minute decide to go. But I'm going to pay close attention to, are there a bunch of big releases coming or not? And then, you know, are many of the bigger publishers still not going or what? So, because for me, it has to make financial sense from a business decision to go, you know. So I don't have anything booked yet. I imagine, I don't think I'll go to Origins for sure, but I'm pretty sure that if Gen Con bounces back to where it was before with big releases and lots of big booths, I'll probably, you know, I'll seriously consider going there, but I haven't booked anything yet. What about you? I heard you're going to the UK.
Yeah, you know, for us, it's a little weird too, because running this Kickstarter campaign, we've got an immediate fulfillment. So we're going to be swamped here. I am going to the UK Games Expo in Birmingham. I leave on the 31st. And we have a 3-year sponsorship with the UK Games Expo. They have 450 of our premium game mats in the open play area.
Oh, that's amazing. Which are they using, like the standard red or blue ones, or do they have some of the art ones?
It's a custom one we made for them that's actually kind of a gold, similar to my Game Topper shirt, a little bit darker, has a grid pattern, but it has their dragon logo in one corner, and the opposite corner has the Game Toppers logo. It's amazing, actually. You can see it at the UK Games Expo website in the open gaming area. And they used them last year. We just, because of COVID, obviously, we weren't able to travel. But this year, we're able to travel. That does conflict, however, with Origins. So we're not doing Origins this year, and likewise because of fulfillment. But I am going to Dice Tower East. So that's going to be exciting to go there. I haven't been there in a couple years, and glad that it's at the Carib Royale Hotel.
I heard that was really nice.
Yeah, that's really cool. Excuse me.
Can people buy the mats at the UK Game Expo? Can they buy like Game Topper mats right there, or?
They'll be able to late pledge, because our late pledge manager is going to launch immediately after the campaign. Well, not immediately, within a few days, June 2nd. And Josiah is already working on that process so that we have a very quick turnaround, so it's simple for all the backers. I will have a show kit there that we have our stuff being shipped from Germany. And I have a certain select amount of mats and some toppers, actually, that we'll be able to let go of at the show. But it's very limited.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah. So that's kind of the way that's going. And then likewise, we're kind of waiting to see what the rest of the year looks like for us too, because we have a lot going on with fulfillment and managing all this. And like we've told everyone, you know, we're a small company. We're a family business. We work very hard, and we're doing really big things, and we have a lot of footprint out there. But when you have a limited staff, you know, it's all hands on deck, you know?
Yep.
that type of thing. So one thing that I thought was really cool about your Kickstarter is the amount of publisher support you have with all those board game pledges and all the different promo cards that you offer.
Yeah, it's. I mean, obviously, I couldn't run a campaign like this without all the amazing support from all those publishers, and it's. I'm very gracious because it's. Not everybody has promos, and even if they do, not all of them are just willing to help in that way. So it's really a blessing to. I mean, having worked with some of these publishers for some for just a few years, but some 9 years or so, that they're gracious enough to and see the value in supporting me and collaborating with me and being able to help in that way. Because I know that it's really the main reason for running the campaign is to support the campaign, and I know that there's many people out there that just donate money just because they like watching my videos, and that's amazing, and thank you so much. But it is Kickstarter, and I know that some people like to get cool little goodies that are hard to find other places. So you see, a bunch of these promos that are curated from all these different things, and some of them are very custom, actually, and that's even harder to do. And so, Richard Garfield co-designed one of probably my favorite card game that's come out this year. It's not out yet in the public. It was Kickstarter this year called Mind Bug. It's a 2-player tactical combat sort of card game. Think of like Magic the Gathering light without actually buying the cards, or it's not like a trading card game. It's in one little deck, and it knocked my socks off. So I contacted them, and they made a custom card for me, and worked with them. The process is always fun. It's called the card is called Jazz Dog, and it's basically a greyhound, because I have greyhounds and I used to run a greyhound rescue. And I play the saxophone when I keep a review. So when I keep a game after reviewing it, so it's like a greyhound playing a saxophone, and it like slumbers the opponent, and he can do crazy things to it. It's awesome.
Oh wow! Yeah, it was funny. I was just listening to the Secret Cabal Gaming podcast where you did the intro, and then that saxophone serenade on the show was crazy, man.
Awesome. Yes, that was so fun. Like. I was super excited when Jamie sent me the ability to do that, and I just remember I was like doing all this stuff, and I always listen to him on my bicycle, and I just started thinking about like what could I do, and I was like, yeah, I'll do a saxophone serenade, and then like the next day after I recorded it and sent it to him, I was like, wait a minute, and I was listening to the episode previous, I was listening to Tony Topper do his Words of Wisdom, I was like, man, I always love that little piano. Wait a minute. So I text Jamie as I'm on my bike at like midnight, and I'm like, I want to send you some more audio for the Words of Wisdom. Can you put this behind Tony T? He's like, yeah, absolutely. So I was like, yeah, it's just so fun.
It was awesome. It was so great. And it's good to see Jamie on the road to recovery. He still has a way to go, but it's exciting to see him back and be able to listen to them.
Yeah, and I should rephrase my last answer. As I said, I'm not going to Origins, but I know he's been talking publicly on the podcast that he's heading in the right direction. He'd love to be able to go to Origins, but he's not sure if he'll be able to make it. If he does end up going to Origins, I might go. I mean, I'm going to try to go just to see him, and that's about it.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I think I think he's kind of putting his sights on Gen Con, hopefully. So we'll see. We've had some really cool Gen Con meetups there.
Yep.
Yeah, let's just move right into our Kickstarter, and let's run down into the stretch goals. We've unlocked quite a few stretch goals, and while I have you on the show with us here, we don't have a lot of questions right now that are live. So sometimes that's a challenge for people to take a lunch break, especially on a Monday. But a lot of people watch this after the fact. And likewise, this is broadcast live on YouTube and our Facebook channel so that you can watch this. And if you have any questions for us or for Dan, feel free to reach out to Dan directly on his channels or in the comments, and we'll answer any of those comments for you.
So I'll ask you a question. Yeah. Berkey. I'm looking at your Kickstarter page, and I'm looking at the different reward levels, and I'm excited to see the estimated delivery dates are like very soon, which isn't typical in a Kickstarter campaign. Can you talk about that?
Thanks so much. I'm glad you have interviewing skills. But it's such a great question because basically all of this product is ready to be made. For instance, our manufacturer here in Minnesota has a lot of supply of the material from the last campaign ready for us to jump into another cycle of building so we can fulfill very quickly. And we were very diligent on this campaign to look at the products that we either have coming quickly, which our dining covers is one of those things. You notice there's only a limited quantity, 50 of each of the Hudson and the Holmes and the Watson dining covers. And to clarify that too, if you want one of those dining covers, they're almost sold out. And if you've pledged for a pledge level of like the Baker Street package, but not pledge for the dining cover, you need to switch that to be a dining cover pledge because they're limited. And then you can add the Baker Street package after the fact. And soon as those dining covers come in, we are going to be shipping this entire Kickstarter to the European overseas backers in Australia, New Zealand, United Kingdom. That's going to go out, and it's going to happen within like a week's type of time frame. And then we'll start packaging the USA orders. And we feel that we have the capacity to do that within just a month or so. So people will be receiving their stuff in August, which is like crazy short, right?
Yeah. When I look at that, honestly, it's so weird because if I'm just like Joe Schmo going on Kickstarter and I look at that and I see August 2022, I almost are like, that must be a misprint. You know what I mean? Like they must mean August 2023. But no, it's crazy that you can pledge here and just in a few months get it, especially something that's this big. Like that's amazing to me.
Well, and one of the big impetuses too is because of price increases across the globe. We've not been immune to that. We've had crazy shipping cost increases and product acquisition costs have gone through the roof. And so our prices need to change and we're going to have to move some of them upward. And we thought, let's just do one last fling with a lot of the product that we have at a certain price to benefit all of our backers. So now is the time, man. If there's some stuff you want, I mean, go ahead and grab it while we have it. And we'll have it again, but prices are changing. And as sadly as we went 4 years without a price increase, and then last Kickstarter campaign we had to nudge up our mats just a little bit, $10, but we hadn't had a price increase for like 4 years,
Yeah, that's crazy. Because I mean, even just myself putting together like 1.6 pounds of promos, it's nuts to put those in a 12 by 12 by 4 box and send it to Germany is $27 right now. Like it's ridiculous. So and so I just imagine that would be compounded with you because you're shipping stuff that's heavy.
Yeah, shipping one of our great big like Reichenbach Falls packages. I mean, you could spend $800 to $1,000 getting it overseas. And so it's very expensive. We've been fortunate to do a bulk shipment in a container, which brings that cost down significantly. And we have a fantastic fulfillment partner in Germany and in the UK and in Australia that allows us to get it to you reasonably. In fact, we're actually eating quite a bit of subsidizing shipping costs because of the container price increases. But for this Kickstarter, we decided to keep it at that price and let's just have one last hurrah. And until the next campaign 4.0 is going to come out in about a year. And then we're going to have lots of new items, new mats, new innovations, new accessories. We've got a partnership with Dog Games to do something custom. And we got all kinds of crazy cool ideas that'll really, I think, excite people.
Nice.
All right, so let's just quick look through these stretch goals. We're going to just go real quickly. Early fulfillment has been unlocked. The double mat bundle, you get 2 mats, 2 bags. Man, jump in, crazy big savings there. Keep going. The rail bundle, you can buy a rail and a mat, and you're going to get that at a special price. But then notice that the bag for the rail bundle and the mat storage, a $59 value is included in that. So that's a huge deal. Likewise, a lot of backers want to get mat storage bags. You can grab a whole bunch of those. I think you have some of our storage bags, don't you, Dan?
Yep, I do.
The next thing that we have going on is our XL leaf bundle, where you get the leaf for the Watson, Holmes, or Mycroft to make it an XL, an extra 24 inches, and then you get the appropriate longer game mat. And additionally, at $105,000, our game hall bags have been unlocked for a discounted price of $39. And at $110, you actually get the storage bag for the leaf bundle. That is a crazy good value. That's a $79 heavy duty nylon carrying bag included.
Hey, Berkey, Willie asks, do the XL Watson and Holmes need 6 legs for the leg kit, or are there only 6 needed for the Mycroft?
It's a great question, Willie.
Yeah, so the XL Watson and Holmes also have 6 legs. So actually, the XL Watson and Holmes is almost the identical set to a normal Mycroft leg kit. They just have a little different parts in the length of the cross supports that are needed because of the various table sizes. But yeah, the XL Watson and Holmes get 6 legs, which is why you need the standard leg kit for the Watson and Holmes plus the XL add-on if you're wanting to make that.
And in the Pledge Manager, you'll want to be specific because if you have the Watson, you need the specific lateral supports, likewise with the Holmes and the Mycroft. And we have several people that have purchased the leg kits for their toppers currently, but are getting XL bundles because they want to extend their topper, but they have the leg kits. And so they said, well, can I get extra legs and support brackets? Yes, absolutely. That'll be available in the Late Pledge Manager, where we'll be able to make that XL leg kit for the appropriate size available. We'll keep moving real quickly. I'm just going to whip through these really quickly, but we have our acrylic coasters that are super durable with the dry erase markers that you get those for $20. They're normally $39. The leg kit, which we are calling the Mastermind, which is the complete set for the Mycroft. This also would work for the Moriarty, but the basic Watson or Holmes kit also works for the Moriarty. It's essentially the same thing. This here just has the extra lateral supports and center supports. Oh yeah, that was cool. $130,000 unlocked the leg kit bag. This is a premium heavy duty bag with a padded divider in it and all of that. And then the poker chip trays. Do you have some of these, Dan? On your
No, I don't have those.
You don't have the poker chip trays?
No.
Oh, dude, I got to get you some poker chip trays. These things are awesome. These here connect into the rail. Now, I know you have one of our first generation toppers, but this is compatible with that. And they fit regular standard poker chip trays, but they're also fantastic for bits. And we have the little legs that you can plug into the bottom of these that allow it to sit on the rail, just like the dice accessory trays. These are fantastic. Well, we have a lot of backers that want to add stuff to their kit, and we made a special 4-pack there.
Do you have? Oh yeah, okay. Dude, we got to make some. If you don't already, we got to make some custom game topper poker chips.
Yeah, would that be cool, right?
Yeah.
And coins.
Yeah.
I love me some coins. At $140,000, thank you again, everyone. We've unlocked the dining cover storage bag. This is a 5-divider bag, super heavy duty zipper. $79 value is included with your dining cover storage bag pledge. That was huge. At $145,000, the graphics not done, but we have had a lot of backers that want these little rubber coasters, like what Dan is getting made with us as well. Well, they want to buy these because they like to use them on the table. They like to have more of them for their cup holders, depending on how many they have. And these here we're doing at a special price where you get 4 of them for $9.95. This is only just during the Kickstarter that you're going to be able to take advantage of this. So you want to add this to your pledge. And then at 150,000, this was huge, everybody. Josiah, do you want to explain this one?
Yeah, so we just unlocked this 150,000 with any of the topper pledges. So the Elementary Bundle, through the Adler, the Baker Street, the Scotland Yard, and the Reichenbach Falls packages. Those pledge levels all get this free accessory package. It includes 2 of the component trays and the pairs of legs to go along with them, 2 sets of our Castle player shields that go on those accessory trays, make nice little private hidden banks, 4 of those bottom cup holder coasters, as well as a full printed set of cardboard covers for your cup holders and a Game Topper mouse pad. It's $120 worth of stuff included free with those packages.
And what's cool about that too is you don't have to pay separate shipping on all those items like normal. Normally we have to put those in separate boxes. These will fit right inside of those packages. So you are not paying, you're getting the benefit of combined shipping on that thing. Pretty cool. And 160, this is cool. At 160,000, that whole package that we just talked about, well, you can add the dice tower and the dice corral to that accessory tray. And so we've got people that want those. Well, you can buy one of them for the $39 dice tower and the corral, and you get a second dice tower and corral free. And that's going to unlock at 160,000. Now, Dan, this is something I want to talk about. How many mats do you have from us?
I think 4.
So I did you get the new Great Wall from Vincent Dutrait?
No, I was just looking at that on your site. That'd be a great one to play Yellow and Yangtze on, right? Isn't that what the artwork is? Is that kind of from that?
A little bit. He had some of those influences of several of the games he did, but it's such a cool Asian themed game mat. We love it. He was awesome to work with too, but we have over 20 styles of thematic game mats, and they're the 3mm premium stitched edge mats, like our pirate mat, which was our #1 seller last time. Crazy cool, right?
Yeah. And the Ryan Lockett one, that's from like Haven. That one's great.
It's awesome. And that's actually was the inspiration exactly from Haven. And well, we had a lot of people that a lot of our backers have, dozen of our mats. But a lot of folks, they've got a couple with their package and they want to add more, because what our mats do is they create this environment that is really immersive. Well, we put together a package where you get 4 mats, 4 storage bags at a huge savings. Give you 2 mats free when it's all figured out, or that JJ Berkton mat rack, which is a 4-hole rack, and that sells for $169. And essentially, in these bundle prices, you're getting the mat rack included. This is a stretch goal that is not going to probably come back in anytime soon. It's a huge margin reduction. All of our mats have cost us a lot more to get now than they used to. But again, this is to benefit our existing backers and reward them with an opportunity to buy some stuff at a really discounted price, and for new folks to jump in full force. And then you'll notice this, Dan, look at this. At $200,000, our packages, go ahead and talk about that a little bit, Josiah.
Yeah, so this is another stretch goal that will affect the package level pledges. So the Elementary, Scotland Yard, Baker Street, and Reichenbach Falls packages. So if we reach this stretch goal, which I believe we should, we're on track to hit this, the packages get a second mat included for free, and the mat storage bag for it as well. So they get an additional second mat choice of any of our thematic styles for the size topper in their pledge. So that is an extremely good deal.
That's crazy. It's up to $150 value. And we have a full container of mats, a restock container coming that should be arriving in a couple of weeks. But we have a fairly good stock of product in hand already. So most of our styles are available in most sizes. There's a couple exceptions that are on the chart there, but overall, we're going to be able to fulfill that very quickly. Have you seen this before? Our dice accessory bank?
No, that looks cool.
Oh, you got to see this. This is awesome. This here, it's 14 inches around. Oh. It's a heavy duty 2mm vacuum formed game bank.
So you put like cards and chips and tokens and everything in there?
Say that again.
You put like cards and chips and tokens and stuff in there?
Exactly. Behind us back here, you'll see we've got all the Stonemaier components. Can you zoom on that?
Oh, yeah.
But these are made so that they have swoops so you can easily pull your components out of them. And there's all kinds of bins here. And the two center ones are for cards so that the cards toggle so they easily come out.
Oh, and yeah, I like that.
This isn't like the thinner, flimsier type of board game inserts. This is really heavy duty. We worked with Noah Adelman from Game Trays to make these.
Oh, cool.
But we went with a really heavy duty millimeter that is hardly ever done this thick. And it can handle passing it around the table with all the components in there because it's so stout. It doesn't bend.
Yeah. And so at the 200K stretch goal level, and I love how you can see the way you're holding it right now. You can see it's the outline of all those things is the Game Topper hat.
Kind of fun, right?
Right.
Well, we tried to be creative. Well, they're $30, but we're going to offer them for $14.95. But at the end of these stretch goals, you're going to see we also are going to be able to offer this included in one of our packages, in one of the 4 packages, if we hit some bigger numbers. The next one there is our Chalice Bundle. If you like to have goblets and stemware while you're playing your games, these have gone up quite a bit in price because it's a heavy duty solid HDPE core. The price of these have gone through the roof. They are $24 each normally, but you can get a set of 4 of them for $80.
Wow.
And then our dice towers, this is the complete set. So this is the dice tower, the dice accessory tray, the dice corral, and the legs that allow it to go on the rail. Those are normally $60 a piece to buy them separately. The retail is $99 or whatever, but you can buy them on the campaign for $59 or whatever. Well, what we're doing is you get 2 of them for $70. We have a lot of backers that said, hey, can I get a couple more dice towers? Because these are modular and they sit right on your rail. So every person can have one. And then those player shields can even be on there. So you got privacy screens with those castle screens, and everyone's got their own individual little component bit holder, if you will.
Nice.
So those are really cool.
And then, on the legs.
Yes. We're going to be bringing back the Virtuoso cup holder bundle. That's where you get 4 of the single collapsible cup holders. And you get 2 of the double cup holder trays. We're bringing that back because I've had quite a few requests of people wanting that. And also, my daughter's working on the graphics right now, but the double XL mat bundle. We've got a lot of our XL backers saying, I want more mats and I want to get a good deal. And we are listening and we are going to do it. So wait for that coming shortly. And then also offering up premium walnut upgrades to our 3 main topper sizes, the Watson, the Holmes, and the Mycroft. Walnut prices, as many people have known, have gone through the roof, almost tripled since we first did our last campaign. This next batch that we have to buy, the reason we're making it a stretch goal and it's going to be a little bit higher number, I think we'll be able to attain it. I know what we need to do to make it happen. But I don't get, I can't just buy 20 of these 20 sets to make 20 toppers. I have to buy enough to make 150, and it's a lot of wood and it's a big bill. So in order to make that available on this Kickstarter, we're going to have a little bit higher number, but if people want it, we're going to provide it, and hopefully we'll get there. But that's one thing that's really cool with our luxuriant premium walnut. I say we have some more questions, or
yeah. So the other thing we've got in is Ryan asked, here's my question for Dan. What are your top 3 games that you think Berkey and Josiah need to make game mats for?
Great question.
Well, okay, first one is football highlights, because Eagle Griffin already makes a baseball highlights one, but I don't think they made a football highlights one, so we got to have you make one of those. I was trying to think of other card games. I don't know. I think an obvious one maybe would be no, because they do come with boards. I was thinking Wingspan, but you have your own little board for that. Definitely the one I was just talking about, Mindbug, that new card game coming out from Richard Garfield. They made their own map, but it wasn't it wasn't very functional of where to put the cards and stuff. So I'd like to see one for you to make one that has like spots for specific cards. Have you seen Radlands, by the way? It's a 2-player
I saw
card.
some pictures of it. I didn't pay close attention, but
well, I say that because they had their own mat that they made, and it's a very functional mat, meaning there's like specific spots that you put cards on a mat, and they're like labeled. And that awesome Mindbug card game that's coming out soon, they had mats, but they didn't. For a card game, I kind of want to see them a little bit more specific as to like, okay, this is this deck, this is where your creatures go, this is where this goes, this is where this pile goes, stuff like that. So I want to see you do one for Mindbug. Let's see. I was looking up. I was gonna say Wingspan for the third one, but I'll think about the third one. Maybe the Crew.
Typically what we do is make mats that are more thematic of the entire environment, that can be, multi-genre type of, or a lot of games in one genre. Like right now, the mat that's in front of us is the Roman mat.
Yep.
And it's like amazing for all Roman themed games. And there's tons of them out there, Tribune and Trajan and Foundations of Rome, of course. Super cool. Our Viking mat, you can play all kinds of different Viking mat, Viking themed games. But we have had a couple partnerships with Arcane Wonders and Breaking Games, Dwellings of Eldervale, where we made their mats for them. And they got in on the game topper quality, and we marketed it together to kind of have some synergy there. And so we love working with other folks to provide really high quality solutions.
Yeah. How about an underwater one? You could use it with the Abyss Conspiracy version. You could use it with the Crew, the new Crew. You could use it for maybe even Aquatica behind you. We've
got a lot of people that are wanting a water theme mat. And so on our next Kickstarter 4.0, we're definitely going to be doing a really cool water theme mat.
In fact, we just got a question from Edward Morrison saying, do you have any mats with terrain features for tabletop miniatures games?
Terrain, hex, and green. You have the hex and the green one.
We do. We have the war terrain green. We also have the new volcano mat, which is kind of cool for certain type of miniatures. We had Joel Eddy on the show here just a little while ago, and he showed off all of his Warhammer 40K on that volcano mat, and then his Age of Sigmar on our war terrain green. And but our next campaign, Josiah is much more of a miniature gamer, and we're going to talk about all kinds of different things to address that type of gaming.
Yep, because we definitely have a couple offerings, and we also have our occasionally we have some of the hex mats still available for that we did on our last campaign. We're mostly out of them, but we do have some in select sizes where they have hexes for like BattleTech, things like that. So we've definitely had some offerings, but we'd like to do more in the future.
Yeah, absolutely.
Ryan says underwater would be perfect. We play Reef.
Oh yeah, that'd be cool on that.
Yep. And then Willie asked a question about his leg kits were supposed to be delivered tomorrow.
Yep. Oh. Yeah, he just says, my leg kit's supposed to be delivered tomorrow, trying to decide if I want to get an XL Leaf, but I will probably just order more mats this time around.
That's what's so fun about Game Toppers. When we first started, we didn't know if it would even work, if people would like it. And thankfully they did. And we were able to evolve and offer more sizes and then offer, the rail extension where you could convert your large topper into a mini topper. Well, people love that. And then when the leaf extension came out so that you could make it an XL and then the different styles with oak and walnut and then all the different mats and then all of a sudden accessories that our brand has gotten wider. So it is now a complete system. Our mat racks, our storage bag solutions, things that you can add to your system. So a lot of people can't get everything all at once. And so all of a sudden you can start out with something and then continue to allow it to evolve and add up. And we always say that when you buy a Game Topper, every game you play from here on out is upgraded.
That is true.
It's not like just upgrading one game. It's like every game from now on is you're playing in style. And it's like hard to go back to play on a regular table anymore.
It's impossible.
Nicholas says another mat idea would be one for horror type games, Mansions of Madness, Horrified, Mysterium, etc.
It's one of our top requests, and that definitely is in the works. We already have some preview of some things that I'm working on with that, and we're going to get a lot of crowd participation and our backers continued feedback so that we can hone that in.
Ryan says seconded on the horror mat.
Is there any thematic mat that you'd get really excited about, Dan?
I mean, that horror one's cool because I would put Mr. Jack and Letters from Whitechapel. Even though there's a board with that, you still got cards and stuff. Let me think. I mean, you've got most of the main ones covered on your. I mean, you've got Space, you've got Texas Hold'em, Fantasy, Viking, Pirate, the Asian, the Roman Wall, Volcano, Cthulhu. You've got like most of the main themes covered.
We've had quite a few requests for like a train themed game. We've had a request for a jungle theme, kind of like for dinosaur type related theme.
Yeah.
Egyptian themed.
Yeah. I do like the Egyptian theme quite a bit. There's a lot of Egyptian themed games out there too.
Yeah, right.
That would probably out of those bunches, the Egyptian is probably my favorite.
Yeah, we've talked to Vincent Dutrait already about that, and talked to Ian O'Toole about the possibility of working with him also. So, kind of some fun ideas.
Yeah. That's crazy.
People have asked for steampunk too.
Oh yeah.
Ryan says Arabian Nights or Middle East.
Yeah.
Well,
I was thinking about that when I was looking at 5 Tribes. That'd be a good one for that.
Right.
Especially since the board is just a bunch of tiles.
Yep.
There's so many possibilities. We've even thought about doing something for Catan. I mean, there's a lot of different ideas that are really mainstream games that you're seeing out there that people would like to just buy that mat just for their home versus, maybe they're not really alpha gamers or really into the hobby, but they'd like to have a nice game mat that they could, that's pretty affordable that they can just bring out for family game night and that type of thing too.
Yep.
Well, I think we're kind of running to the end here. We've kind of talked about the new stretch goals. We do have a few more planned also, so stay tuned to those. We'd like to really invite everyone to continue to share the campaign. Let your friends know. If you see our posts on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, if you could retweet them or reshare them, that really helps us get the word out so that we can meet some of these goals. And we realize this is a short campaign. We realize a lot of people are going to be backing in the pledge manager for the add-on a la carte. So we're not concerned about that, but we want to get as many people in on this as we can. And we think this was a really good opportunity to do that. So thank you all so very much for your support. And please reach out to us on the campaign, or you can reach out directly at support@gametoppersllc.com, or you can reach me at Berkey at gametoppersllc.com, and we'll get right back to you. Dan King, our special guest on the show, is running his own Kickstarter campaign, and it's his 10th season, and creating great board game content, breaking down barriers, and
growing relationships.
there it is. And he's got some crazy cool promos, game bundles. He's got these great Game Toppers rubber coasters that you can get on his campaign. Highly recommend checking them out. Dan, where can people get a hold of you?
They can just go to GameBoyGeek.com. That has all the places where they can find me. And I want to say, Becky, first of all, thanks for having me. Second of all, for anyone out there watching who is like, oh yeah, I like these Game Toppers. They look kind of cool. And that Berkey guy, he seems kind of nice. He is even nicer in person than he appears to be on camera. He is like legitimately the most genuinely amazing guy ever. So you're buying not only a great product, but from a great guy.
Thank you kindly. Thank you.
Look, I made him blush.
Well, maybe a little, huh?
Yeah, a little bit.
Well, you're massaging my heart. That's all. And I tell you, when you run a Kickstarter campaign, you need it, right?
Yep.
People don't have a clue just how much work and how much a person puts into this kind of stuff. And it's
thanks,
it's
Ryan, for. Oh, cool. Thanks, Ryan. Appreciate it.
Ryan's been awesome. That guy has been all over the campaigns. He gets so excited about what Game Toppers is doing. He's been so fun to work with, and he's always very, very encouraging. So thank you again, Ryan. And I think with that, we're going to close off the show here. We're going to let Dan get back to work. And thank you all again. And we'll be back Wednesday with a live Berkey and Badger board game babble show on our Kickstarter. Is that crazy? And we have special guest Raymond Habakken from Board Game Heaven. Raymond's been helping in the European. He's from the Netherlands. He's got a great video at the bottom of the page. He's going to be joining us. He helps in the comments, and he's going to be live with us with Barry Doublet and the Berkey and Badger show. We're going to have our game show, the whole kit and caboodle. Dan, you've been on that a couple times.
Oh, it's so fun.
And we're going to do it live right on the Kickstarter. So who'd have thunk that? But it's going to be fun. So that's Wednesday at noon. You'll be able to join us for that.
Yeah, tell Barry I said, hey, he's a great dude.
Awesome. We'll do. Well, with that, thank you, everybody. Josiah and I signing out, and Dan King.
See you later.